YouTube, we are back, and honestly, I feel like after reaching 50 subscribers, which I don't know, I'm kind of happy about. I know we would have reached that a long time ago if I were, you know, consistent with uploading. But anyways, I feel like I should do a 50 subscriber special in a way. And basically that's just showing off part of my collection that I really like. It would pretty much be focused on 5 to 6 Pokemon. So these are pretty much the cards that I would always hunt for. Whenever I go on eBay, go out to little collectors events, things like that. So first off, I guess I would start off with Pikachu. There's two main Pikachu cards that I really wanted when I first started collecting, and the first one was the Secret Rare Pikachu from Black and White base, I believe. This one, I got it relatively cheap, but I just really like the holo work, how the Pikachu's holographic, you have the little lightning bolt as well. Pretty much one of my favorite Pikachu cards. And along with that, the other Pikachu card I really wanted was the Birthday Pikachu. I saw this card a lot, a little Black Star promo, and I really wanted it, and I found a 10, and I got it relatively cheap, I believe. A lot cheaper than it's worth nowadays. So that's it for the Pikachus. The other cards I really liked was actually the Pidgey evolution line. So basically I mainly focused on Pidgeot, and these are pretty much the only Pidgeot cards I have. These is the fossil base or jungle base or jungle holo unlimited edition Pidgeot. It is a PSA 9. Really love this card. And then after getting this card, I saw the Legendary Collections Pidgeot. So I was like, okay, that is a super cool holo pattern. I have to have that. And I actually managed to win one in an auction. And then following that, I saw a first edition Jungle Pidgeot. It is an 8, but it costs just about the same as the 9 Unlimited when I bought it. Either way, I believe I actually was buying this or bidding on this when I was in a bar. So that's, I guess, the story for that one. Anyways, so those are my Pidgeot collection. I love these cards. I actually put them up for sale, and no one bought it for a couple of days, and after realizing my mistake, I immediately took down the listing because I didn't want to get rid of these. So that was Pidgeot. So Pikachu and Pidgeot are some of my favorite cards thus far. Then following that is probably one of my most favorite Pokemon in the TCG world is Ralts. The reason why I love Ralt so much is because I grew up, well, I played Yellow, Red, Fire Red, Leaf Green. I actually didn't play second gen, Silver or Gold, but what I did play a lot was Emerald. Emerald was a game I played and replayed. I easily probably spent like 1,000 hours playing that game with all my runs. And every single run I had Ralts immediately. After the first couple routes, I would catch a Ralt, and that would be my Pokemon, and pretty much one of my strongest Pokemon in the game. Especially if you know what moves to give it. Anyway, so I got this Gem Mint 10 Ralts. This is from the Ultra Shiny GX box. I feel like this may go up in value, but regardless, I'm not going to be selling this one because I love the artwork. So with that, I had to get the Curlia, the evolution form. And then following that, I had to get Gardevoir, which this card was pretty much like a no-brainer, have to have it. And unfortunately, it is just a 9, but I don't really care. I'm just happy to have the card and the full Japanese evolution line. And then following the Gardevoir in Japanese, I have the English version. That one is A9. Still beautiful artwork, so I couldn't pass up on that. And following that, I saw a Champion's Path. I think this may be one of the first ones graded. Right when Champion's Path was released, this one came up on eBay relatively quick. I think I easily paid over, but I wanted, you know, this card graded, so I bought it. I love it, so I don't really mind. I don't ever plan on reselling it or anything, so yeah. And then following that, I have a EX Dragon's Frontier Gardevoir. I love this card because it is a fire type, it is Delta species, and it's a PSA 9. Now recently I do believe these cards have been going up. I do have another one ungraded that I want to get graded, but with everything going on, we'll see whenever that time comes. So that's the Gardevoir. And then following that, I have the EX Sandstorm Gardevoir. This one also has been going up in price. I just love the artwork. It looks really cool. And that's a PSA 9. Then following that, I have the Dark Explorer Secret Rare Gardevoir, which honestly is one of my favorite cards. I honestly don't remember how I first discovered this card, but when I thought about it, I was like, I know there's a shiny Gardevoir card somewhere. So I looked and I found this one. I think I bought it for like $40 to $50. Like, it was cheap, and it was a long time ago. Nowadays, good luck with buying that card for that cheap, even in raw form. Even a bad condition one would still fetch above that price, I believe. So I have this card. I do have a Japanese one as well, ungraded. So I want to get that one graded to get, preserve it. So this one is an 8. I'll take it. And then finally, I have a EX Delta species Gardevoir. It is psychic, but it is also a steel type as, oh, hit the camera. It is also a steel type as well. So PSA 9 on that. So that's basically the main Gardevoir collection that I have. I like it a lot. Very happy with all these cards that I have. And then following, I guess we can go into the little more popular cards. I'll order it so that way it doesn't give anything up. I don't know. Let's just have it like this, I guess, from least to greatest, in my opinion. And there's going to be a random card that I had to get within this, just because I feel like it kind of completed the 2 cards. So first off, we have the Crystal Guardians Reverse Holo Charmander. I saw this card. I love how Crystal Guardians, or the EX series, ended up doing reverse holos with the holo on the outside of the Pokemon, but not the actual Pokemon itself. So, and come on, the set number, or the set name is so cool on the card. Wish they bring that back. Anyway, so I picked this one up, and I really liked it, and then I saw that there's a Delta species one in Crystal Guardians. So I got the Delta species one, an electric Charmander. That is so cool. So I ended up picking up that one, and then following that, I bought this card a while ago. Actually, I saw a PSA 8 sell on eBay on auction for about $250. I did not pay anywhere near that amount for this one, and it is a PSA 10. This is the McDonald's promo Charmander. I saw this card. I love the artwork. I buy now immediately when I saw it. I wanted to get a Squirtle one, but I could never find one for the price that I wanted to get it. I do have the raw copies of a Squirtle one. I want to get that graded so they go together. Because Charmander and Squirtle. Bulbasaur, I believe they made one. No, I don't know if they made a Bulbasaur one. I'm not sure. Anyway, so the McDonald's promo Charmander. So following that, I ended up picking up a Charizard from Expedition, the reverse holo. This card actually never came in a holographic for English, which breaks my heart because the artwork is so beautiful, but never came out. This one did come out as an e-lottery card in Japan, and I remember I could have bought that card for $300, like years back. And I was like, no, I'll pass. It'll go down in value. And ever since that auction that I passed on, it's always gone up. The e-lottery card is insanely gorgeous. Instead of this type of E, it's a different type of E. So yeah, that is the Expedition Charizard, and a little fun fact about it, I guess. So these next 2 cards, I bought one and I had to buy the other one because I wanted them to, go together. And that would be the Crystal Guardians Delta Species Blastoise, which is a fighting and steel type, and the Delta Species Charizard. Both of them are reverse holo, both are PSA 9s. The Charizard one was the more expensive one, of course, but I bought it because, come on, an electric Charizard, that is so cool. And I honestly prefer the reverse holos to the regular holos in the EX sets, because with the reverse holo rares, the name is holographic, the border is holographic, and you have the set name on it. It's just overall a beautiful card. So I got these 2, and I love them. Following that is probably one of my favorite cards that I've gotten, similar to a Pidgeot. It is a Legendary Collection Charizard. This is only a 6 though, but honestly I take it any day. Just the beautiful artwork, and honestly it's a really, I think, underrated 6 because it's pretty much like very nice. It's really nice. The borders do have some edge wear, but overall the front is beautiful. Very little wear on the front, so I like it. And then following that, the Legendary Collections Reverse Holo. I also have the Legendary Collections Holographic because I wanted them to match. And then that one is an 8, so 2 grades higher. So I couldn't really pass on these cards when I saw them. I did have a base set Charizard. I think it was a 6. I did give it to my brother-in-law for Christmas because he was a big Pokemon fan when he was younger, and I felt like it was a great gift. Anyways, so that's the Charizard collection. Next is, if you follow me on Instagram, you know what it is. Anyways, it's the Eevee evolutions. Following that, I have the EX Delta Species Reverse Holo Eevee. I have other EX Delta Species, not Eevee, but Eevee evolutions. But I didn't really include those yet. And then following are actually 2 cards that I really like. These were from WotC era. That will be the Umbreon and Espeon from Neo Discovery, first edition. Honestly, these cards are beautiful. I really am heartbroken that the Eevee that portrays in this artwork only came out in Japan and not in English. Because if I could complete the trio, the artwork that's originally on the binder would be amazing. The PSA 9 is, or the Umbreon is a PSA 9, the Espeon is a PSA 8. That's just the best I could find it. The Umbreon was actually purchased by my wife for me. I was trying to get this card for relatively cheap, and she outbidded me, and I thought I lost it to someone else. So yeah, so there's that. And then following that with the Umbreon and Espeon, we go through my Espeon cards, at least the ones I really like. This is the EX Delta Species Espeon. This is the holo version. I would prefer to have the reverse holo, but you know, I'll take the holo version. So it's a very nice card. I love EX Delta Species. Honestly, probably one of my favorite sets for the Eevee evolutions. Following that, if you did not see already, it is the Hidden Fates Espeon. So the shiny Espeon. Believe it or not, I got this Gem Mint 10 when Hidden Fates first came out. I'm not sure, well, I'm sure people are aware, but when it first came out, the Eevee evolutions were like $20 cards. And I was buying them left and right. Just because I did buy a lot of Hidden Fates, but the downside, I only pulled one shiny Umbreon, no other Eevee evolution. And that hurt. So I just bought a bunch of Umbreons and Espeons when I could, when they were cheap, and then boom, the price spiked, and I was glad I bought it a lot. So I did get this Gem Mint 10 out. I think I only paid like $60 for this Gem Mint 10 when it first came out. So there's that. Now there's a cool story behind this, and a cool but regrettable story. And so with this Espeon, it is a PSA 9 Unlimited Neo Discovery Holographic Espeon. Beautiful card. Honestly, amazing. I bought 2 of these in a lot off of Mercari from some guy for $90. 2 of them. Both PSA 9. This one was just better because it had like a little swirl by the foot. I'm not sure if you can see that. So I kept this one, and I thought to myself, okay, so if I keep this one and sell the other one, I could basically break even and have this card, a free card for myself. And I did. I sold the other PSA 9 for about $90. So I basically got a free card. I regret that because I would love to have 2. But anyway, so there's a cool story behind that one. So Espeon, I continued to buy more Espeon cards, which led to this one. The Japanese Versus set that never came out in English. Only Japan had this, and this is the first edition, as you can see right there. First edition. This card always popped out to me because the Espeon normally is like a pink color, and this one's green. So I assume that this is a shiny Espeon in the artwork, which is really cool, to be honest. So I saw this one, Gem Mint 10, and it was going for like $50 back when I bought it. So I immediately bought it when I could. Following that is the Prime cards. This is Espeon Prime. I do have an Umbreon, which I think I'll show you in a little bit, but this is a Mint 9 Espeon Prime. It was honestly like a $20 card when I saw it. So I was like, okay, 20 bucks. The way I kind of think of when buying a card, it's like food in concepts of food. I think, okay, 20 bucks, that's like me going out to like a fast food place and ordering for me and my wife. I can afford to not order fast food for a day and get the Espeon. So I don't know, that's how I think about it. Next is the Neo Destiny Dark Espeon, which I really wish that the new Celebration set has a dark Umbreon or Espeon or something like that. That'd be super cool. Anyways, this card, freaking cool artwork. I was originally trying to get a first edition, but the Unlimited was so much cheaper that, you know, honestly, I bought it because of that. And the next card, I honestly bought for like $15 when I saw it. And nowadays, I don't know why they got it so expensive. And that is the Championship card Espeon. I first bought this, it is only a 7, so it's not the best condition. I did buy this just because it looks super cool. I love the holographic foiling on it, and that got me to buy the Umbreon, the Vaporeon, the Jolteon, the Flareon. I did buy them all, and I do have them all still, and those are raw conditions, so I do want to get those graded. Hopefully they grade somewhere similar to what we have here. If they do, that'd be a really cool little collection to have. So a lot of cards that I want to get graded that I do not have graded yet. So next we fall into one of my favorite Pokemon in the TCG world. Pretty much a lot of people's favorite Pokemon is Umbreon. This is a Gem Mint 10 EX Delta Species Holo Umbreon. Very cool artwork. I love how it like basically has the whole spectrum of I guess the whole spectrum of color on the card itself, and I couldn't really settle for just this card itself, so I ended up getting the reverse one, a Gem Mint 10 as well. So, and I think I bought both of these for $40 each when I was hunting for Umbreon. And cool thing is, I believe it's the reverse holo. This was my first ever PSA purchase, I think, is the Umbreon. So that's super cool. I still have it today. So following that, I also bought a Gem Mint 10 Japanese from Ultra Shiny GX Umbreon. I love this card. It's Gem Mint 10. You really can't complain about that. And I believe, if I have it here, okay, I don't have it here. I do believe I have a Mint 9 English one as well, somewhere. Yeah, anyways, so that's that card. Wow, this video is getting really long. Okay, I'll speed it up. This is the Sylveon collection box. It's like a big, I guess, collection box that came with all the Eevee evolutions as promo cards. This one I actually got for $15. It is a Mint 9. Just found it at a little collection event, and the guy said 15 bucks. I was like, okay, take my money, give me the card, because I want it. Nowadays, I don't know what this card's worth, but I will assume it's more. And similar to the Espeon Prime card, we have the Umbreon Prime. This is an 8 though, but I don't mind. I love that I have both Prime cards with Espeon and Umbreon, so that's really cool. So following that, I have the Neo Discovery Umbreon. Just like the Espeon I have the Umbreon. And again, instead of a 9, it's an 8. But anyways, I love this card. I thought it's super cool artwork. Look at the moon in the background. I mean, probably one of my favorite artworks of Umbreon out there. One of them, not my favorite, but one of them. And then following, we have Split Earth, also known as, I believe, Skyridge. This Umbreon English, I was never able to purchase it, especially in a PSA slab, just because it was just so expensive. And nowadays it just keeps going up, but it's honestly one of my favorite artworks as well. I just don't know, it just looks so good. So I bought it in Japanese just because I saw it online on eBay, I believe. It was relatively cheap, and so I bought it just because I wanted this holographic form. And after buying that, I saw a reverse holo form of the English version, so I bought that. And honestly, it's not as great, but I'd take it because it is a 9, but I don't know. It's just one of my favorite artworks. And here comes pretty much la creme de la creme of my collection. This is honestly one card I still can't believe I own, and I do, and it is my Gold Star Umbreon. Even seeing it on camera is insane because this was the whole reason why I got back into collecting Pokemon, was the Gold Star Umbreon. When I first started collecting, I saw it, and I was like, oh my god. And this was back in 2016 when I got back into collecting Pokemon cards. The Umbreon back then was probably a 9, was always listed around like $1,000 to $1,200, and that blew my mind. Like, I could never see myself buying a card that expensive. Never in a million years. And after working for a while and earning some decent money, I looked online. I saw one listed, a PSA 9, this exact card, listed for $3,000. I immediately messaged the seller and I was like, hey, I can buy this right now. If you say yes, I can buy this for $2,000. I just put it out there because I knew if I were to pass on this card, I would never own it in my life because it would just cost too much. So I was gonna take the gamble, pay $2,000 for this card. And the seller said, yeah, let's do it. And I was ecstatic. I was like, I can't believe it. I'm gonna get a Gold Star Umbreon. I'm finally gonna get the card that I've always wanted. I think it was 2 years after I was collecting. I've had this card in mind for about two and a half years, basically. And that was it. I was gonna win the card. I was gonna buy it. And then everything went through. I paid on my credit card, regretting it afterwards. But once this card arrived, once I had it in my hands, I probably showed it to everyone I knew. Like, just showing like, oh my god, look what I have. This is the Gold Star Umbreon. And even now, I still can't believe I'm holding this card. This is easily my most prized possession in my collection. Any of these other cards I would trade. Not all of them. Maybe not all of them. I'd probably sell them and buy another Umbreon. Anyways, this card is easily one of my favorite cards. Nowadays, I see listings up for this card for like 15 grand for a PSA 9. I personally don't think it's worth that much. I've seen listings sold for this card about 5,600 to like 7,300 roughly. And that's some older listings, but anyways, that is the card that I love the most in my entire collection. So thank you everyone for watching these videos, subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate it. This collection actually wouldn't be possible if it weren't for your YouTube as well, mainly because I really dived face first into this whole thing because I started a YouTube channel and because I wanted to make more content. So I bought more cards and I continue to buy more cards, and it just snowballed effect. And now I have these cards. So thank you again for subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate it. I'm planning on being consistent with at least 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm trying my best. I've ran out of things to open, but I have been purchasing more cards, more product to open for the channel. So if you could subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And again, thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.